What's going on, everybody? It's Mike and Mish, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Mike and Mish Show with the Mission Accomplished podcast. What's going on, Mike?
I'm chilling, man. I'm over here drinking my Beatbox Blue Raspberry. Not sure what the hell it is, but I'm going to be drinking this tonight, so we'll see how it is.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
You guys who are paying attention at home, Mike is drinking a Beatbox, which we really don't know what it is, but it is 11.1% alcohol.
Yeah, it is.
So
Should be pretty good.
I expect him to get a little silly.
Yeah.
He also
Like
got
10.
he also got some before they even hit the streets. Truly,
Yeah. They ain't never hit the streets yet. Look at these things. Poolside Trulies. I'm sure you're jealous.
Poolside Trulies.
Yeah.
What's the flavor?
Too cold to go in the pool, but I still got them Trulies.
Yeah. Hey, so we got a huge show for you guys tonight. Big show. We got 4 fighters that are coming up this weekend, right? The first four fighters will be fighting Saturday night at BKFC 24 in Montana. Yep. And then we're going to finish up the show with a guy who stole the show last event. Tom Shoaf, the gentleman of violence himself, will wrap up the show for us. But why don't we just go right ahead, Mike, and bring our first guest in? She's waiting patiently. She will be fighting Cassie Robb in her BKFC debut this Saturday night, BKFC 24. Here we go. Andy Nguyen, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Welcome to the show. I'm Mish. He's Mike, and this is the Mike and Mish show. And we're the best BKFC or bare knuckle show on the planet. I don't know if you heard.
Now I heard.
Fucking A right. Welcome to the show. It is very cool to have you on here. You are a veteran of combat sports. You've been done it all. Pro MMA, pro Muay Thai. You've done a little bare knuckle MMA at Game Bred, but now you're making your debut in a new sport. How excited are you this weekend?
I'm super excited. Maybe I shouldn't have never done the Game Bred because I got my feet wet and I had too much fun. So because BKFC had, offered me before and I was just like, man, no, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And then, after Game Bred, I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about my debut.
There's got to be something like really intoxicating about hitting somebody with your bare hands, because almost every single fighter we've ever talked to that has come into the bare knuckle fight world and like tried it out and had it in their head. I think it might be a one and done type thing. I'll try it out and then go back to MMA or go back to boxing or whatever. Every single one of them falls in love with the sport and they're like, no, now this is what I want to do. So
it's like having little razor blades on your knuckle. So, but you gotta remember, like, it's a fight. You're gonna get hit. This time, when you're doing bare knuckle, you're gonna get cut. So it's two different mind frame, because that's what I used to tell the amateurs. It's a fight. You're doing your head movement. You're not gonna be perfect. You're gonna get hit. You can't go in and think that you won't get hit. You're gonna get hit, and you're going to get cut.
Yeah.
Is that what made you kind of turn away from BKFC or bare knuckle the first time around?
I wouldn't even download the app until I was a matchmaker and I matched her on one of my King of the Cage cards, and I always thought she was super pretty, very marketable, and I just always thought she was just gorgeous girl that has so much potential, and so when she was doing her debut, so I finally bought it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's brutal. I was like, I don't know, man, if I just ready to just fuck on my face like that. And I just wasn't. And then after bare knuckle MMA, I was just like, I think I could do this. It's just one discipline. It's just that I'm just, I did that before MMA converting over to Muay Thai, and now Muay Thai converting back to MMA, and then MMA back to boxing. It's been interesting. There's so many different footworks, and even your stance is more narrow, so you won't be a bigger target. Like Muay Thai is you're more squared. There's a lot of difference, but it's kind of cool because I've been doing this over a decade now, and it's not it's like a fight's a fight now. MMA was just getting kind of boring, and I need a new challenge. So the new challenge was strictly boxing, but bare knuckle.
It's a little different than strictly boxing though, because you are a lot, obviously going into this, the dirty boxing aspect of it, the clinch work. When you being a Muay Thai person, I'm sure you're extremely comfortable with that aspect of the bare knuckle game. But you're fighting somebody that you're very familiar with. You're you have fought Cassie Robb twice in the past in MMA. That's gotta, you know, make you feel some sort of way, like a little bit of like maybe even comfort going into your bare knuckle fight, knowing that you're, you know, fighting a familiar opponent, even a friend of yours, you know?
Well, that's what's going on. So when they offered me this against Cassie Robb, of course I said yes. Now, because we're on the same boat, it's two MMA girls converting over. I would never have said yes to a girl that's strictly a boxer. There's no way I would need more time frame of training to be able to catch up. You know, there's no way I could catch up to a girl that's, you know, a strictly boxer. You know, her footwork would be like she just, you know, make me look like shit. She just dance around me. I just, you know, there's no way. That's why I accepted this fight. And in the 115 division, all those girls are from MMA. So I'll fight at 115 pounds. So it doesn't really matter. But yes, going in there was a little bit more comforting since it's my debut. So yeah, that does help mentally.
Did
You guys
sign?
are friends? Are you guys friends? Like friends, or are you just acquaintances because you fought a few times in the past?
Yeah, we're acquaintances. Yeah, I haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how many years ago. It was a long time ago.
Cool. Michael, what were you saying?
Did you sign for multiple fights, or is this one, see if you like it, and then continue?
I signed a 3-fight deal.
3-fight deal.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not like one and done. You know, it's not like that. And it's not exclusive. So I'm signed with Paw FC, which is like the other one that's like all women's, and that's non-exclusive. And then I have BKFC, that's non-exclusive.
Awesome.
I mean, I don't have commitment issues, but I like this. I really like that I could pick and choose, man. I love that. When I was exclusive to line fights and I could only fight outside the country, and then COVID happened, that really messed me up, you know. And I'm so glad I have two now that I really love both. So
that's the way to go.
It is.
It's awesome. We got a question from the audience here. Big Ben says Cassie has already fought. Does it worry you that she has experience? Like we talked, like I just said, you guys have fought twice before, so you're very familiar with her anyway. And I'm sure you watched her first fight. It didn't really last that long. I think she was surprised a lot by the pace. Like a lot of people are taken by surprise how fast the action is in bare knuckle. As soon as, you know, you're only 3 feet away from each other face to face, and when they say knuckle up, it's like some people
are shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, some people just shoot out of a cannon and it catches them by surprise. And Cassie got popped in the eye in like the first 2 seconds of that fight. And like after that first shot to the eye, she was just backpedaling and trying not to get hit by Taylor the whole time. Like Ben said, are you you know, does that worry you at all?
No, it doesn't worry me. I think she didn't have enough experience time in the ring. So I think it'd be the same as me coming in too. So we're both inexperienced in the square circle.
Can we ask you about one of your fights? We were going back and watching all your fights again, and the second fight you fought with Cassie, you had who was the referee?
Cecil
Peoples. Did you think that like there was times where you were in a on top position and you guys were working. There was times where you were on the bottom and Cassie was working from the top, and like you seemed to be landing shots from the bottom, and Cassie kept standing you guys up. Did you guys
multiple
times in that fight? Was that talked about at all after that fight? I know it was a few years back. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, but we were watching that and we're like, why the fuck is this guy keep standing them up, man? They're both busy.
People, he's a boxer. He's gonna stand you up and boring on the ground. He doesn't know. I like him. He doesn't appreciate. Sorry, he doesn't appreciate the groundwork of mixed martial arts. That's all. And people always thought like he was favoring me. No, I've been on the bottom, like hitting, and he stopped me and stand me up.
Yeah.
So it's not favoritism. Yeah. Do I question during the heat of the moment? No. Question him later? No. Whatever.
Cecil people.
It was odd. Yeah,
that he's going to stand you up. If you're not being busy, then he will stand you up. Even a slight second, you stop for a pause, or even like just to pull her hand away or something, he'll stand you up. So I don't think
there was one moment in the fight where like Cassie was trying to get you with an arm bar. You were fighting out of it. Like the second the submission attempt was out, the second you got out of it, she got back in the top position. Like you were in full guard. And it was like literally like 1 second after the fucking arm bar was gone, he stood you guys up. We were like, what the fuck was that shit?
It's weird. Really weird.
Yeah. And then, like you said, Cecil Peoples, there's like articles about how dangerous that dude was for mixed martial arts. So,
yeah.
And like we said, man, like you fought all over the place. The other one that like you had a really great fight for CrAsian, but I was telling Mike, I was like, dude, you ever watch the CrAsian fight with Andy? And he's like, I don't think I have. The fucking walkway from the back to the ring seemed like it was like a quarter mile long. Am I wrong?
It's pretty long, man.
You were dancing the whole way.
I always like, when I'm playing the intro of a song, I'm like picturing the ramp and stuff like that. And I usually do like, I think 50 seconds because I know it's pretty long.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, and then you got.
I love their entrance and walkout and stuff like that. I could, I could dance.
Right. It's almost like the old Pride days, kind of.
Exactly. It is. It's a modern day Pride.
Tyson Fury's walkout recently was really long. He came out and walked along the edge of the stadium kind of, and then sat in the king's chair and then got up and walked to the, it took him like freaking 10 minutes to get to the ring.
We got, I believe that is Ryan Perez in there. Do you train with a true boxing coach or MMA coach? Curious. And that's Ryan Perez. He's a coach of many bare knuckle fighters, many successful ones. So
for this fight, I trained with two different coaches that does only boxing, not an MMA coach. It was only boxing, like he specializes only in boxing. Yeah.
All right. Oh, and another question from Chris Mazzell.
From Louisiana, you'll see him. He'll fly in tomorrow. He cornered Quentin Henry, so I went back to my Louisiana days to those peoples.
Yeah. Tell us about your CrAsian beef jerky. Literally best ever.
My girlfriend just ate it. My mom ate beef jerky. It's like my side hustle. She's 67 years old and she doesn't do social media or anything like that. So I posted on my CrAsian merch website and Facebook Marketplace, and it sells like crazy. If you sponsor me, I give it away. If you put me on a podcast, I'm gonna send you one. I just I give it away all the time, and then people come back for more. My mom makes it. It's sugar cured. There's no preservatives. It's tender. It's sweet and spicy.
Where do you get it?
I'm gonna send you some, and I think everybody likes it. Mick Maynard ordered a lot. Dean Toll. I don't mean to drop big names, but yeah.
You know what? Well, I don't know if you know what me and Mike do for a living, but we're full time in the Army, and we could probably get a whole bunch of fucking knuckleheads to buy all your beef jerky up because it's what Army guys do.
We're always. So even if you buy us out, it's always back ordered. It's back ordered now for 2 days right now. I even turned off my Facebook Marketplace and like they're still trying to like go to my personal page and message me, and I'm like, dude, I'm working. This is my real job.
Wow, that's good, man. Good for you.
Awesome.
Hey, I wanted to tell you happy birthday. You just recently had a birthday, and 40, yeah. And I'm 42, so I feel like
you guys are the same age.
We're the same age. That is neat. But what is more neat about that is that my son turned 11 years old on April 22nd.
Aw, tell him I said happy birthday. He's birthday baby.
Yeah, Earth Day, birthday baby. You know what? He was born on Earth Day, which was the year he was born was Good Friday. And then 2 days later, he had Easter. And then Easter the next year was like 2 weeks before his birthday. So that little bastard had two Easters before he ever turned one.
Oh,
it's kind of weird how that works, right?
Yeah,
it is weird.
Look at this guy. He says, "Good morning." The Good Morning Mechanic says, "Army smell equals cigarettes, jerky, booze, and farts." That's pretty fucking, pretty goddamn accurate.
Man.
Except a lot less people are smoking these days. Yeah, Susan Walker says,
Yeah.
40. Holy shit! I thought she looked like 30. Happy birthday. Yeah, you look great. We're really excited to see you get in there in another new sport for you to dip your feet into. And I'm sure you're going to fall right in love with it. And you're going to, eventually challenge for a title. Because honestly, and I think I'm pretty accurate when I say there's about 6 girls total at 115 pounds. So you know what? You get a win, you get another win. They introduce a belt to that division, and then you're a champion again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
It's that easy.
That's okay. So Cassie would be 1, and then I need 2 more fights. So I mean, we'll see. And then if I turn the champ, that means I have to do another contract. So we'll see. I'm not going to fight forever. Obviously, I wish I can. I really wish I can. But I think I only have like 2 years left, so they need to hurry up with that. I don't know, because my body's changing like all the time. Like when I turned 40, I had like pimples. I hate pimples. I never get pimples. I'm still immature, so it kind of helps me make myself look younger. And I'm always thinking, am I supposed to be a little bit more conservative? Do I need to watch what I say? Nah.
Fuck all that shit. So, yeah. I got glasses this year.
Yeah.
For the first time, honestly, for the first this show's only been around.
He thinks he's wicked smart.
Yeah, I feel like I look wicked smart now, right? Look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I go like this. Watch this.
Wow.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See?
Yeah, you almost sucked the brains out of my head.
Smartest guy you've ever fucking met, man. I'll tell you right now. No, like I said, this show's only a year and a half old, and like for the first about a year of this show, this is how I would be like this. Like I got the camera there and my screen, and like Mike would be like, everybody, Kyle's not ignoring the show at all.
He can't read anything.
He just can't. I can't see the words. I can't even read your freaking name. It's crazy. Anyways, enough about my stupid face. Let's do a fun game with you and let you get on your way, because you have been burned out by media obligations and you got to weigh in tomorrow and then you got to fight on Saturday. So let's go. Or is the weigh-in Friday? Weigh-in's Friday.
2 days, yeah.
Yeah, I have an extra day, but I mean, I'm on.
It's weird because BKFC, like, they just had an event on a Thursday. Most of the time they do events on Friday, and then every now and then they do Saturday. So it's very confusing. They bounce around.
Yeah, I keep forgetting, man.
So what's this fun game?
So
here we go.
What we are going to do is play a speed round. We do it with all of our guests. It's just 3 off-the-wall questions, and we'll start with number 1, Kyle.
Number 1, and this stems from a girl that I work with yesterday who tried to convince me that popsicles are ice cream. Andy, are popsicles ice cream?
No, because there's no milk.
Fucking A right. Feliz, I hope you're watching this show right now, you stunod.
Stunod, huh?
She's a fucking stunod. I tried to tell her that. She's like, it's cold and it's frozen and it's sold in the frozen section. I'm like, it's juice with a stick frozen in the middle of it. There's no fucking cream. The word cream is in ice cream. You stunod. You know? Yeah. And then she tried to tell me that anything without noodles in it is not soup. And I'm like, what about tomato soup? She goes, nope, not soup. I'm like, it's called tomato soup. And she was like, well, it's not soup unless it has noodles in it. And then she told me that a saltine cracker is a salted cookie. And then I was fucking done with her.
Hey, bonus question: is cereal soup?
No.
It's something to think about, though.
It's in a bowl of sweat. All right. It doesn't have noodles in it, though.
All right. Number 2, rate the new Batman movie, The Batman, 1 to 10. 10 being the best.
Well, when he had his suit on, I thought he was physically built like that, so I gave it a 10. But then when he took his suit off, he looked like the Twilight guy.
Yeah.
Most actors and actresses, they will they will actually physically work to look that way. Like Charlize Theron, when she was trying to look like that perv, that crazy lady. She gained weight.
Monster.
Yes, exactly, monster. And then people like Edward Norton, American X, he was freaking huge. People work hard on their bodies. He did not work hard at all.
Yeah. So for those who haven't seen this movie, what she's trying to say is, with the suit on, he looks like me. With the suit off, he looks like Mike.
He looks like the Twilight, which is sexy too. But be one or the other. You can't be both.
Yeah, I don't walk around with a muscle shirt on and shit.
Yeah,
somebody told me today they didn't like the movie because they noticed that his Batman suit didn't have nipples.
What?
I didn't notice that. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the movie because they were like, fucking ridiculous. Okay, last question for you, and then we'll let you get on out of here.
Okay.
All right. How often is it okay to eat breakfast for dinner?
All the time, especially when you're high.
Yeah. The answer is
high all the time. Oh no, never mind. We can't get high. Sorry.
The answer is absolutely every day. Thank you very much, Andy. We are super excited to see you fight this weekend. Everybody follow our social medias at the bottom. Everyone knows who she is already, but go ahead and say a few last words, and we'll let your opponent get on here after you. We'll talk to her.
Hi, Andy the CrAsian Win, and you just follow me, Andy the CrAsian 1, I believe, on Twitter, on Instagram. I don't have that new True Social thing. Snapchat is the CrAsian 1, I think. I don't know. It's got sexier pictures in there. They want to go in there. I don't know.
Whoa. Well, the CrAsian 1. Write that down. Write that down.
You've got at least 28.
I can send you the beef whenever I get back in town.
Awesome.
So
I got to just send you an address.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't wait for that.
I can't wait. We'll try. We'll taste it on here, and if it's not good,
first bag is free. The first bag is free, but after that, you got to pay for it. It's only $10 a bag.
We'll get some support.
That's a bargain. Thank you very much for coming on here. Good luck this weekend. We will be watching.
All right. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
See ya.
Bye. That's Andy the CrAsian.
You know, like Cable Guy. See ya. Bye.
All right, so that was our first guest of the evening. Thank you very much to Andy the CrAsian Win. She is fighting the Joker, Cassie Robb, who is in the waiting room waiting to come on right now. And we're gonna bring her in and we're gonna talk about it. Let's see what she thinks about the new Batman movie.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Cassie, what's up?
What's up? Oh, I got dogs in here. Sorry.
Hey. Oh, you should be sorry about those dogs.
Are you not in Montana yet?
No, I go tomorrow at like 1:15, I think.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Wow.
That's not too bad.
Well, hey, before we get to talking about business, we were just talking to your opponent, and we asked her how she rated the the new Batman movie, 1 to 10. Did you like it?
I loved it. I was
watching
the last little bit of that. It did a lot of sense with the suit.
The nipple
thing?
The nipple thing?
Him without the suit. He's still
yeah, he's a scrawny little bastard. But did you notice that his Batman suit has no nipples? Well, now you'll notice.
Again. Yeah, no, I thought it was really great. I really liked the cinematography, and I thought it had like a cool storyline and stuff. But I thought the soundtrack was fantastic, and that one Nirvana song that I completely forgot about for the last 25 years of my life was like fucking a breath of fresh air. I was like, man, that's awesome. For sure. Yeah, I liked it. I'd say, man, I don't know. I still think The Dark Knight is one of the best, just because I love Heath Ledger's the Joker, but that was definitely top three.
Yeah, it's awesome. So what's going on?
Well, I was going to say, I didn't realize that Lenny Kravitz's daughter
was Catwoman.
Yeah, I did not know that till I listened to Howard Stern the other day, and they were talking about it. And I also didn't know that. What's the guy's name who played?
Colin Farrell was the Penguin.
Colin Farrell was the Penguin. I didn't know that either. I was like, what the fuck?
You're right.
Yeah, Colin Farrell put on a fat suit and changed his voice and played the Penguin. I was like, why wouldn't they just cast a fat dude that sounds like that? But whatever.
It was good.
Oh, so Cassie, we haven't talked to you since your last fight. You made your debut against Taylor Starling. It didn't last long, but you got a taste of the bare knuckle world, and you are back. Let me ask you first, what was your first experience with BKFC like? You have fought all over the place in a bunch of different organizations. What was it like with the BKFC for that event?
I really liked it a lot. Like once I was there, because I mean they always had once like you got your like your rides and everything were all taken care of, so you didn't really have to stress a lot. It was very like punctual, which I'm super OCD, so I love that. And yeah, just all around it was a really fun experience. I mean, I did go up 2 weight classes and I fought when I was sick, but I was like
Did I just cough I just coughed it in the microphone. Fuck. Sorry about that. I thought I muted it.
Yeah, I just it didn't really go my way, but I still had fun, and now I know what to expect and know to stay at my own damn weight class.
Right, and that brings us to the fact that this one is at straw weight, whether or not the first poster that they put out said flyweight, it now says straw weight. You are fighting at 115 pounds. You're going to be much more comfortable at that size. And you're fighting, just like we talked to Andy, you guys are very familiar with each other. You guys have had some wars in the past.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I bet you this excites you to get another shot at her, right?
Yeah, 3rd time's a charm, baby. She's I mean, she's a vet. She's been doing this shit a long time, and so have I. So, you know, I just know we're gonna go in there and pick each other apart like we always do. It's gonna be a battle, that's for sure.
I didn't think when you guys fought the second time, I think the judges were like 30-27. And we were talking about it earlier about how Cecil Peoples kept standing you guys up, even though both of you were working every single time. We didn't understand that. But at the end, you thought that you had won at the end. I could tell by the way you were acting. So I was like, and there's an argument on both sides. We didn't think it was like a 30-27. I thought that was insane.
I would have been happier losing like split decision, but I was like, not even 1 round, man. And
I thought you won the first round. I thought the first round was clearly yours. And then the second round, you had 2 takedowns. She had more damage on you, but you controlled the ring longer. So there was an argument either way. And like the fact when we saw it and it was like 30-27 across the board, what the fuck are these referees? What are these judges watching? And what is Cecil Peoples doing? Stealing, like you never stopped working on the ground. When you were in top position, you never stopped working. And like he would take this like the smallest split second in action to fucking stand you right up. I was like blown away by that shit.
Up, you can see me like I look at him and I go like this. I'm like, dude, really? Like it's not like I was just I wasn't praying. Like I was actually, throwing bows, throwing hammer fists, like doing whatever, and just feel a tap on the back, stand up. I'm like, what? I just took her down. I just worked all that time to take her down, and now I gotta stand back up. I'm tired. Just let me finish this shit.
Did you stand up and say, "Damn, Cecil"? No?
I don't think
Never. Oh man. So
I did say that under my breath.
well, now, okay, we talked about your experience with the BKFC. It was all cool and everything. They were definitely they're I know a lot of people say a lot of things about that organization. We never had any problems. They take good care of us as media when we go there, so we have nothing but good things to say. We talked about that. You're back in strawweight. Your last fight was against Taylor at the weight class up. You were significantly outsized. You were eating Oreos the day before weigh-ins and still weighed only 121 pounds. I want to remind everybody of that. You were eating Oreos on this show. And we're like, what the fuck are you doing? You got to weigh in tomorrow. You're like, yo, don't you worry about me. But were you surprised by how like shot out of a cannon Taylor was? Like the relentless pace. She hit you like with the first shot in like the first 2 seconds, and then she never took her foot off the gas the entire fight.
Yeah, I don't think I expected it to be like so fast paced right off the jump. Like I kind of figured like dance around a little bit, feel each other out, figure out our distance. And I towed the line first, and I think I went to go punch her, and right as I did, she just parried it and like came right down the pipe. And the first punch she landed on me split my eye open. I got like 6 stitches in my eye for that. And then, I mean, as for the time I could somewhat see, I was just trying to throw, but then the more I bent over, the more like blood was going in my eyes, and I couldn't see anything. So as an MMA fighter, I didn't really think to take a knee,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I was going to ask you about that. Like when you got hit, you could have took a knee and took the 8 count.
I figured like actually like if I dropped and they were going to stop the fight. So I was like, just stand up, just block it. When you get a chance, if she slows down a little bit, like start punching out of it. And by the time I was feeling like I was getting ready to, then they just stopped it. And yeah. He's like, how's your vision? I'm like, I can't see anything.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that you said that, because I was like, why didn't he do like a standing 8? I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it could happen. He could have split it up and been like, all right, like count, and then you start fighting again.
I mean, I probably could have, like, it wasn't so bad in my right eye, but I had no vision out of my left eye at all. I remember asking him, like, is my eyelid like hanging off or something? Like, I saw blood all over myself, like,
yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God, like, how bad does my face look right now? And turns out it was just like I have a little Dr. Evil scar now by my by my eye, but it healed good.
So have you like changed up the way you train significantly since you started fighting for the BKFC, or are you still doing jiu-jitsu every day? And like, are things still kind of the same for you? You know what I mean?
I mean, I have definitely focused a lot more on my striking. I've been kind of cross training at gyms. I normally would be at my jiu-jitsu gym because I'm one of the head kids coaches, and I'm a brown belt over there. So I still try to like work it in my schedule, but yeah, I've definitely been focusing a lot more on whether it's just like striking, drilling, or straight. Oh, sorry guys. Whether it's like drilling classes or cardio or sparring, I've just kind of put jiu-jitsu on the side for a second.
Hey, Kyle, is her
Yeah.
voice going out a little bit?
Yeah, your connection's kind of like choppy right now.
Is it mine?
I think so.
You might have to back right out and just come right back in, like back out of this completely, and then use the link to come right back in.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna try that
And this should
again.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we'll wait for her.
Came
She'll come
out of
right
the
back
blue.
in. Yeah, I want to ask her, a few more things, and then we got our next guest is in the waiting room.
Yeah, Hefty Bag,
ready to go. Hefty Bag.
I'll take the trash out.
So let's get her on here. Cassandra, and her name was Cassandra.
Sandra.
That was from Wayne's World, for anybody that doesn't know.
Camera 1, camera 2. Camera
okay,
1,
so you're fighting Andy Nguyen Saturday night, BKFC 24 in Montana. How are you different this time around? Don't tell us how you're going to beat her, but what should she expect?
I mean, I'm not gonna keep a slow pace like I did in the beginning. I'm not gonna probably try and feel it out at all. I'm just gonna go in there and bang like Taylor did. I know now I need to throw the first punch and just throw a flurry of punches and not waste my time. I only got 2 minutes per round, so you need a lot more volume in that small amount of time.
Right.
So no feeling out. I fought her twice already. I'm not gonna feel her out. I'm just gonna go for it.
There's really no feeling out in the bare knuckle game. Not too much. Not too many fights you see people feeling each other out. So
now,
let's do this. We're gonna ask you a couple crazy questions real quick. We're gonna have a little fun, and then we're gonna let you go, and then we're gonna bring on the next guy, and then we're gonna bring on the next guy, and then we're gonna bring on the next guy, and we're just gonna keep on doing this until we pass out. All right, Cassie?
got it.
All right. First question for you. If you were taken hostage 5 years ago and got out today, what would surprise you the most about today's world?
Oh man. I don't know. Something that still weirds me out is how you can have like your credit card on your phone and you can just like
yeah.
I don't know. That weirds me out. I think Because we had smartphones for a while.
I love that answer though. You could pay for shit with your phone. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's one of the craziest things to me. And then like, I don't know, all the COVID stuff, like when we were all like not able to buy toilet paper and shit, like that was so weird to me.
Oh, that was insane.
Yeah. This day, like the aisle full of toilet paper, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get like 5.
I was one of those people who was like, these people are idiots. Look at them. They're out there. They're buying toilet paper and all this dumb shit. Meanwhile, I'm in there doing the same exact thing, trying to go to every store. I was like, Steph, what, you're in CVS? They got any toilet paper? Yeah, buy it all.
Yeah, because you don't want to wipe your ass with your hand.
You can't beat them, join them, right?
Yeah. Well, Mike, when you run out of toilet paper and all these fucking Stunads have all the toilet paper at their house, what are you going to wipe your ass with?
Well, I'm not one of the poors, so I have a shower.
I'm not one of the poors.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, number two. Here we go.
What's the grossest thing you ever Snapchatted?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't had a Snapchat in like 5 years. I don't know.
Right before you got taken hostage?
Yeah.
So you don't know.
No, I don't really think I've ever Snapchatted anything gross at all.
I've never Snapchatted, so.
All right. That's a cop-out answer. Anyways, tell us a story about the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you. Go.
Oh, besides my last fight?
Oh.
I have a lot of embarrassing things happen to me.
What's something that really sticks out?
Okay, I was riding my bike and I was like trying to be cool and like take my feet off, and I got the wobblies and I like front rolled over my bike and I skidded like my face and my side and like the whole side of my leg, and there were these 2 like really cute boys that came and helped me up. I still as an adult remember this because I was like, first of all, I racked so hard. Like so hard. And then I get home and I'm just like all scraped up the whole body.
Cassie, if you had ever seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which was filmed in 1984, Pee-wee wiped out on his bike trying to look cool as fuck on a bicycle, right? And what he did was rolled out of that shit, stood right up and was like, I meant to do that. That's what he said to the people.
I wish, but I skidded.
All right. Well, hey, you got a big fight coming up. It's your second go around in the BKFC. We wish you the best of luck. If you want to give us a prediction, you can do that now. If you want to shout a few things, you can do that too. Here you go.
Prediction is just that it's going to be 2 girls that have done this a long time. We've both fought some of the best. And it's just going to be a battle. Don't bleed. Grab your pop. I'd like to say I'd finish it in the second round. I'd like to kind of play around with her, dance around with her a little bit in the first, but they won't do it, and it's going to be bloody. So
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night, Andy Nguyen versus Cassie Robb, BKFC 24 in Montana. Thank you very much for coming on. We'll be watching.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. See ya. All right, that was the Joker herself, Cassie Robb.
The Joker.
Making her second walk to the ring, to the squared circle, I must say. All right, guys, we got a third guest in the hopper already, ready to go right now. He is a fast riser, up-and-comer, 1-0 featherweight, making his second walk to the ring. And his name is Kai Stewart. Let's bring him on. What up, dude?
What's up?
Yo.
It is Hefty Bag, Kai Stewart.
Throw that shit right over your shoulder.
Yeah,
let's go.
Is that the origin story of the nickname? Are you taking out the trash? Is that what that is?
Nah. We my wrestling coach was like because I always wore like super tight singlets in wrestling. This story's fucking hilarious. And one day I walk into practice, he's like, damn, you got 2 garbage bags hanging down there, is what he said. And then that story got transitioned over to my MMA coach, and my MMA coach was like, your new nickname, your fight nickname's Hefty Bag. I took a fight on 2 weeks' notice for my debut because I definitely did not expect a career in this because I was focused on college wrestling. And then he's like, Hefty Bag. There we go.
Jesus, that's
Damn.
fucking way better than I thought the story was going to be. Fantastic nickname, great story behind it. I love it, bro.
Trevor Bridges just said more like full of trash, but he got slept. Unbelievable.
Oh man, we're going to talk about the heat that you draw from people in a second here.
Oh, yeah.
But you're making your second walk, dude. You're making your second walk to the BKFC squared circle. After the first one, did you know that you were immediately going to come right back? Did you get the taste for this sport like everyone else does, and like walk out of there like, you know what, I got to get right fucking back in there?
Well, yes and no. Yes, because Brandon Lambert decided to wear a shirt with my name on it. So I thought, I was like, instantly I have to fight him. But in my head, I figured it'd be a ways away because I had college wrestling season. But
Right.
The fight, it was a lot easier than I thought. I don't know. I wanted to get into a fight. So, because I've never been in a street fight before. So I get in there and then I didn't even really have a fight. I hit him a couple times and it was over. So.
Yeah, man. You fought in front of, you're in Montana again. You're from Montana. You're a Montana boy. What was the feeling like when you stepped into the BKFC squared circle in front of your hometown, your home people that first time, and what's the vibe going to be like this second time around?
So first of all, that debut was in the same arena where I won a state title, but it's also a place where I've lost a state title. So there's a lot of emotions in that building. Having that crowd there for me, because I was the largest ticket seller in Billings and I'm going to be the largest ticket seller in Great Falls. They were there for me, and the crowd was electric. And I don't think there's a better way to be able to showcase my skills on a worldwide stage and in my home state. So I look forward to that every time. I'm very appreciative of everybody that comes out and watches me.
It's awesome, man. It's got to be a fucking great feeling, especially after you're like, you know, after your high school wrestling career is over. Are you still college wrestling right now?
Yep. So just finished up my semester. I actually took my finals last week. So finals week was supposed to be this week, but I was like, hey, that's fight week. I got to focus. I got a lot to do. And my professors worked with me. But yeah, I'm at the University of Providence in Montana. And I plan to do another season next year there as well. I'm really chasing that All-American. Just circumstances have happened and I haven't had a full season to actually be on the mat. So I want that chance.
What do your coaches think about that? Like, oh, he's going to bare knuckle fight. He's going to wrestle. Like, is that frowned upon? I would imagine it would be, but
I'm sure, and a lot of respect to my coaches, but in the end, they want me to do whatever's going to be best for me as a person, what's going to grow me for my life. And that's where that's why I know that they're the best coaches in the country, is because it's like, as long as you're doing your work, as long as you're getting things done, do what's working for your life. So
It's kind of
my coach, Steve Comack. He's a beast.
That's kind of a interesting situation. Like, I wouldn't think that a college athlete can go be pro and collect the check somewhere, but I guess you're not professional in the sport that you're competing in college. So does that mean like a college basketball player can go play professional baseball, collect a check, and then go back and play basketball?
So there's a gray area. I don't like talking about it, but in the end, a lot of the rules are changing. So for prime example, it's the largest of large. Gable Stevenson, he is a 2 or 3 time NCAA champion, 2-time Hodge winner. Anyway, he signed with the WWE. He went to the Olympics while he was a college wrestler. So it's like he did all those things, and now he's collecting checks from WWE while he was still wrestling. So it made a lot of. I think they're opening up, because even 5 years ago, absolutely not. That's how a lot of college athletes like lost their chance to play. Right. So, but they're loosening up to help the athletes more, from my understanding. So,
yeah, that's a crazy situation that you definitely do not see many people in that situation at all. Let's talk about your fight coming up. You're fighting Daniel Gary. He's 0-1 in the BKFC, but he also fought in Game Bred, so he's got a little bit of bare knuckle. He's got a little bit of bare knuckle experience, you know. What are your thoughts on Daniel Gary? You've been very bullish about how you feel about most people in the featherweight division.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on Daniel Gary? And, you know, if you do get through him on Saturday, is Malo that guy you want to take and rip the shirt off, you know, and shut him up, or you want a, you know, a higher ranked opponent?
So when I win Saturday, anyway, Daniel Gary, you know, I love that he's stepping up to fight me. I think he's a very athletic, powerful individual. But in the end, I know that I'm that guy at 145. So it's just going to be another night at the office for me.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts, what I really wanted to ask you was, you voted this week about the PG medals. What do you think about this whole Police Gazette thing that's going on? I saw that you voted that you didn't care about it. So I see people saying they don't care about getting PG medals, and some people do. What do you think? Why do you not care?
Oh my goodness gracious. I don't really care because it's not money. I mean, they're pretty cool. It's going to be, I love getting medals. It's been one of my favorite parts of my wrestling career.
Yeah.
But it just, I feel that I'm in this sport for some money. So that's kind of that's why you don't dwell on that. Why dwell on that whenever I'm getting a paycheck?
Yeah. Do you feel like the BKFC title holds more value than the Police Gazette?
Yep. Yeah. Because BKFC is one of the largest, fastest growing sports organizations in the world. So let's get it.
Yeah. It's huge. It's growing super fast.
Yep.
That's a whole weird thing going on between BKFC and Police Gazette.
Yeah.
And like Mike said, like, how can a sanctioning body, like, I don't know. I that whole thing, I'm going to completely stay out of that, actually. Fuck, I don't even want to talk about it. But what is it? You got a lot of people in the comments here that, you know, that are talking shit to you, and they're mostly fighters. What is it about you that's drumming up all this fucking hate and discontent, brother?
I'm loud, man. I know how hard I work. Now, I will be the first to say I will eat my words. I will eat all of my words if somebody makes me eat my words. But until then, I have not been denied, especially in BKFC. And predictions I keep making keep coming true. And I think they're going to keep coming true. And we're gonna see ourselves with BKFC Gold.
And what is it about yourself that makes you think that you're so much better than every other featherweight? And I have a few things that, like, as a wrestler, I would say you probably have extreme cardio, because I used to wrestle back in the day. Cardio wasn't a thing. When I joined the military, every physical fitness thing we did in the military, I just smoked through it, because it was the hardest thing we would do at basic training was like a Wednesday practice at high school.
A weight cut practice?
Yeah. Like it wasn't anything, but also like grip strength and wrist strength. Like I would imagine your grip strength is very strong too, because most wrestlers have really strong grip strength. So tightening the clinch is probably an advantage you have as well. What would you say?
I would say that sorry, that was it kind of got long. What was the exact question? I apologize.
No. What makes you so confident that you are better than everybody in the featherweight division? What is it about you?
Absolutely. So most of all, I think it's how really good I am at my haymakers. I think the haymakers are the difference maker, and there's no wrestler mentality in this division. Like that's what it boils down to. A lot of these guys fold. Chevy Bridges, all of this. Oh, you got to make weight. Well, guess what? I'm on weight right now, boy. Anyway.
I think I see your next fight here.
I think, yeah.
No. He weeded himself out. He doesn't have a number next to his name. I'm looking for gold. Had he won that fight 2-0? Hell yeah. No. At this point, he's just talking.
How did you end up fighting Daniel Gary?
Because Brandon backed out. He'll tell me 1,000 different stories. And we didn't really know because it's kind of an awkward time right now because Howard Davis just fought. Everybody kind of had fights aligned, and I needed a fight, and I was just like, I'll fight kind of whoever, and that's who they pitched. So
the only reason I only asked because of what you just said about the no number in front of his name thing,
Yeah. So, which the number surprised me. Everybody can be surprised, but I truly believe with how hard I work, I deserve it. I haven't showcased a lot of my skills in BKFC yet, but that's the whole thing. I'm still growing. I'm still becoming the best. So I will not disappoint that number. That's one thing that I do want to say because there's a lot of shit talk about that number. But
you got a numbered fighter on your card Saturday night with you, Rusty Crowder. Yep. If you and Rusty both come out of there with victories, is that a fight that interests you?
Yes, kinda. I kind of want somebody with an O next to their 1-0, 2-0. I want another guy like that because he lost to the number one guy, so he's automatically probably not gonna get that title shot against, I'm gonna assume, Howard. So because he had already lost to Howard. That's the only reason. I think his number's perfectly fine. He's been in the division. I think that's good, but he lost to Howard. So I want to fight someone that's going to put me to that title fight. And technically, he's not that guy.
Man, there's no lack of confidence in this 145-pound division. We've had Howard Davis through. We've had Steve-O. We've had a bunch of these guys through, and there is not a lack of confidence. Every one of you guys is feeling the same way,
confident,
feeling the same way about all your competition. And I'm really interested when they do bring a 145-pound belt out.
Can I say something about that though?
Yeah.
There's a lot of confidence, but in the end, they all weed themselves out. That's the bottom line there.
There it is.
You know who I'm talking about.
It's like I do like it. I like the I don't know what to call it. The flair. You don't give a fuck. You have a very high level of I don't give a fuck, and I appreciate that. But, so does Malo, so does HD, and so does Steve-O. So like I really feel like this is an interesting division now. So kudos to you guys.
And you got John Lee Chelbeck losing his mind too. So he's somewhere in the mix.
And I do think he's tough, but with the rankings, the way that the rankings are, if he slides in there, he's obviously is going to be a target. But until then, it's like I'm chasing the gold.
All right, brother. Yeah. Well, this is going to be an exciting weekend for you. Good luck on your fight this Saturday night. We're going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. Then we're going to get you out of here. We're going to move on to our next guest. First question for you, brother. What is your go-to app when you're sitting on the john?
I don't know. Probably Facebook shit-talking Chevy Wildman Bridges.
Number 2.
If you could die and come back as any inanimate object, what would it be?
Inanimate object? I'm going to sound super dumb as a college student. What's inanimate?
Just anything. Any object that doesn't do anything, pretty much.
This coffee cup is an inanimate object.
There you go.
You come back like a wand.
It's inanimate. It doesn't move, you know?
I would probably say that's a good one. Yeah.
Chevy says a dildo.
I mean,
that isn't a bad one. That's not a bad answer.
Who owns it?
Yeah. Probably, I don't know, a garden gnome.
Just chilling out in the front yard, checking out what's going on.
Standing in the sun, man. Just enjoying the weather. All right, last question for what would be the worst thing that the government can make illegal?
So they already did that by making marijuana illegal. Shout out to Native Grown. Shout out to Native Grown Dispensary. Yep. Shout out to Native Grown Dispensary in Montana. But they already made it illegal. But I would probably say toilet paper. Like, what the fuck?
Damn. Hey, what's the weirdest thing you ever used in place of toilet paper?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't have a good story on that, to be completely honest.
A sock.
You want to know what I used? Coffee filters.
Coffee filters. Oh
Coffee filters.
Filters.
You know, I'm on the toilet. I got no toilet paper. What am I going to do? I go out into the kitchen. I'm like, oh, God, what am I going to use? Boom, coffee filters. There's like 1,000 of them. I use those.
Oh, dude. Awesome.
Boom.
Mike. All right, man. Hey, big fight tonight, Saturday night. Give us your last prediction, your last final words. I'll let you get out of here.
Last and final predictions is going to be Kai Stewart with a first-round finish. Going to continue to make Chevy Bridges jealous. Brandon Lambert is going to be somewhere in the mix because he's always just there. And then I'm going to go fishing on Sunday. That's all I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
There it is, man. Tune in Saturday night. Kai Stewart, the biggest voice in the 145-pound division today. So he's got a lot of people hating on him. We're looking forward to seeing you fight on Saturday. Keep up the good work, brother, and good luck on Saturday.
Yep. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye-bye.
All right,
Take it easy, man.
Man, that's an interesting dude. He
Yeah.
has a lot to say. But we got two other fighters patiently waiting to get on. We went overtime with him. Our next guest is also fighting Saturday night. He's making, I think it's sixth. This fucking guy has fought more than most people. He's right up there with he's going in there for the sixth time. Brian Maxwell, Mr. Red Rims himself. What is going on, brother?
What's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
we can.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
What you doing? You sitting out there in Montana already?
Yeah, I got here at three something today. Yeah, I've been in the air for I've been in airports and on planes like 12 hours today. I'm surprised I'm still awake.
Do you
For
hate-
real.
Do you hate traveling and stuff, or do you like it?
I love traveling. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to it. I used to travel a lot when I was a kid and as a teenager, and plus I wrestled in college, so I traveled a lot then too. So traveling is nothing new to me.
I used to hate flying because I couldn't fall asleep. Like, I feel like the first few years I would fly, like when I was a kid, I couldn't fall asleep. But now it's like, oh, I get to go on a plane. That means no one will bother me at all. My kids won't bother me. My wife's not asking me for anything. The Army's not asking me for shit. I just sit on the plane, put on my headphones, and I'm there. I just go to sleep, watch something, go to sleep, drink some coffee, go to sleep. It's the best, man. I love it.
Hey, that's what I do. As soon as I get on the plane, I turn on Netflix, something that I've downloaded to watch. I go ahead and turn it on, put my earbuds in or my headphones, whichever one I get first, and I'll watch it for like 5 minutes till we take off. The second we get in the air, I'm knocked out. Like literally, I'll sleep a whole plane ride, except for today.
I was going to ask you if you ever had yourself watching something that you downloaded on Netflix and there's like a fucking nudie fuck scene in like the movie, and like there's you notice and like you pull the tablet like real close to you.
Nah,
like this.
I always watch like cartoons and stuff when I get on the plane.
Oh,
or a doc.
Wall Street.
No, but I usually watch like the Fairly Odd Parents or SpongeBob, or I'll watch a documentary when I get on a plane.
Jeez. Well, that's safe. It's very safe, dude. Let's talk about something that's not safe, and that's punching people in the face with your bare hands. You are making your sixth walk to the ring. You have fought fucking monsters.
Everybody,
the likes of Yuli Diaz and Francisco Ricci and fucking Jared Warren. You got James Dennis coming up this weekend.
Yes, sir.
What have you been doing now? What I really wanted to ask you this question, because 6 times to the ring is a lot. You have had opportunities to change and develop differently camp to camp now. And now that you've been in this sport for so long, have you eliminated certain things out of your training regimen and like implemented new things that you know are going to help you develop more?
Actually, to be quite honest, yes, I have. What a lot of people don't know is I've technically been around since BKFC 2. But I was in the back burners then, you feel what I'm saying? But, I've added a bunch of stuff. I've studied a whole lot more. I've taken some stuff out of my regiment that, was trash of me having in my regiment anyways. But, like this fight camp has been different for me. Like I've literally secluded myself away from people, and the people I've been around is, the people I see most of the time anyways. But, I've basically secluded myself from that outside world to an extent. And, I've been, out of 8 weeks, I've probably taken maybe 3 days off this whole fight camp. Like, I've literally been in the lab grinding. Like,
I saw you you posted a video of your strength and conditioning. It looks like you're doing a lot of crazy strength and conditioning exercises now. Yeah,
man, it's been different. I've always done strength and conditioning. I've done CrossFit workouts since forever, since about 2012, 2013. But, like I said, this fight camp, I've taken some stuff out and I've added some stuff. And, I brought back something into this fight camp that I took out before when I made my first BKFC appearance. I actually brought wrestling back into my regimen because, one, it's going to help with my clinch. Two, the hand speed of wrestlers and the grit. I had to bring some grit back into my fight camp, and just wrestling in general. It's the fastest way to get in shape is wrestling. Period. I don't care what nobody says. Wrestling is the hardest sport in the world. Let's argue about that.
Yeah, no, man, no. There's
no argument from us.
No argument. And matter of fact, I was just saying that to Kai Stewart, man. It's like, I used to wrestle. I wrestled back in high school. I didn't wrestle in college, but I wrestled in high school. And like, I truly believe that there's no other there's no harder cardio than like wrestling cardio. That is the fucking hardest cardio. And I've been in the military for 21 years. Like, no cardio I've ever done in the military even fucking touched wrestling practice. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That shit it's a grind for sure.
When you watch like UFC, say for instance, I always bet on the wrestler. Like, if it's a close one, you know what I mean? I always take the wrestler. The wrestler always comes out. And if you look at the top, top 10 in every division and champions, a lot of them have that wrestling background. There's something about if you have a wrestling base, and like back in the day, it used to be like, it would be wrestler or boxer, but now it's like wrestler and boxer. So like, now that's happened, if you're a wrestler first and then you've picked up these other attributes and you're really good at it, that is like the killer,
It is, man. And look at almost every UFC champion right now. They were a college wrestler almost, or an NCAA champion, or an NCAA placer, or an Olympian. Like, look at that. Like, wrestling is the toughest, hardest sport in the world. And if you're not in shape in wrestling, you can't be in shape for nothing else. Because I tell you what, boxing, strictly boxing, that's hard too, but nothing compares to wrestling. And this fight camp, I added that back into my camp, and it's helped me tremendously. Like, I can, on any given Tuesday or Thursday at my gym, there's 20 to 30 people in there just wrestling, just grinding it out. Like it's been fucking awesome. And, I've gotten a whole lot better with my striking. I got a lot more time in with my coach this fight camp. I've gotten a lot more time in with several teammates that, would be in and out of the gym, but I got more time with them. I've traveled a lot during this fight camp, and it's been gracious. Like, shout out to all the guys and the few females at some of the other gyms that I've been to that have helped me grind out for this fight camp. Like, I'm telling you, the way I feel right now, I'm usually the most humblest person when it comes to bare knuckle, but not right now. I'm going to talk my shit right now because, I feel like I'm at a different level that I have been in the past. Some of that was coming out in my last fight. I hate to dwell on that last fight, but the only thing that stopped me was a cut. And people can talk shit about that if they want, but even the commentators could tell that there's something about me that was different my last fight. I've been evolving each fight, even though things haven't gone my way. I guaranteed Saturday that things will go my way. This fight will not. I promise you, it will not go past the second round unless it actually won't go past the first round unless I let it go out the first round. That's how I feel about it.
I like that confidence, man. It's yeah, you know what? You got to grow. You got to keep on growing with each experience. You know, every experience is a lesson in life. And you know, you have 5 fights under your belt. Now you have a lot of experience. And like you said, you made the adjustments. You seem ready to go. I wanted to ask you, you're about to make your 6th walk to the ring, right? About to make your 6th appearance. What is it about this sport that is so goddamn addictive for all you fighters out there? Because even people that don't really need this sport, like Paige Van Zandt, you know, people like Paige and Mike Perry, like they made their money with the UFC, and Paige makes enough money with AEW wrestling and her fan time page. She don't need to fight, but she wants to come back and fight in London. So what would you say is the draw, the addictiveness of bare knuckle fighting?
One, it helps you learn, honestly, because if you look at BKFC 1 to BKFC now, look how much it has evolved. Like that's the addicting thing to me. And you know, I've never ever been known as a striker, but I've gotten knockouts on guys, but I've never been known as a striker. And coming to bare knuckle is what made me intensify up my striking game, just for the simple fact that I've never been known as a striker. I've been able to throw a heavy punch, knock you down, and then get you on the ground and beat you up. But the evolution of bare knuckle boxing, well, bare knuckle fighting is different. It's addicting, and you never know what's going to happen. Like somebody could be winning a fight, and then all of a sudden that person is out, or somebody could be losing a fight, and then all of a sudden they get that big knockout. And you know, it's the 50-50ness of it for me. You feel what I'm saying?
It's like an overall. Like I've been saying, man, like every single fighter we talk to just loves the sport. Like it's never a one and done type thing. They always want to come back and do it again. So what I'm going to say here is we're going to do a couple questions with you. But before we do you stay in touch with Ocho Cinco? And do you think he'll ever box again if you do?
I mean, I actually just talked to him Monday. Was it Monday? It was either Monday or Sunday that I talked to him. We got a real healthy relationship. You know, I talked to him. I talked to Cisco Rosano from Love and Hip Hop. I talk to a lot of celebrities now, but that's cool. Weird. But it's not. It's weird, but it's not weird because I'm used to talking to him now. And you know, like I said, me and Chad's relationship is healthy. Sometimes he'll text me, or he'll call me, or he'll just randomly hit me up on Instagram, and we'll talk then or there. But you know, it's awesome. Like the dude's my idol. I'm happy to be his friend, and you know, if I need something, I got him. And to answer your question, yes, he's going to be boxing again at some point this year. I'm not going to tell you when and what fight card, but he's going to box again this year. But it's going to be a big fight card. Just know that.
So how much did your life change after that? Like there was something about that fight that, you know, you're a bare knuckle fighter, and then you go and do this boxing match, and it was like boom, like everybody was talking about, because that was a big stage that happened on. Yeah,
man, it was crazy. Like when it first came out, like I was the #1 trending topic on all of social media, because people besides the people in the communities that I'm in only knew who I was. But when that came out, it started trending everywhere. Like, who is this Brian Maxwell guy? And it still happens today. Like, you know, sometimes I'll be out and somebody asks me, "Aren't you the guy that fought Chad Ochocinco Johnson?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." Like it was very life changing, like super life changing. Like talking to celebrities, that's still weird, but it's cool to me.
Yeah.
My following went through the roof. You know, I got a whole lot more sponsors, and you know, it's just been different. Like, you know, people call me.
Shout out to Triller and shout out to Chad.
Yeah, man, definitely shout out to Mayweather and them, man. Like that in itself was like a dream come true to me. Like it's crazy, especially from being where I'm from, man. Not many people get a chance to do something big like that and make it out. And not only did that make me myself proud, but like my whole county where I'm from was like, holy shit. Like I said, man, when that shit came out, it was just like boom, like an explosion. And I got a lot of love, and of course I got a lot of hate too, but oh well. You know, like I tell people all the time, you got the same 24 hours in your day to do what I do. You can make the same moves I make and get the same opportunities that I get if you make those same type of moves. Don't hate on me because I do what I do. I'm just saying.
All right, man. Well, let's do our thing and ask you these fucking 3 quick questions, and then we're gonna get you out of here. You can go get some rest. I know you got some media shit you probably got to do tomorrow, right?
I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym as soon as I finish this. I'm going to get me a little light workout in, and then I'll take a shower and go to sleep.
There you go. Here we go. What's the craziest thing you ever Snapchatted?
I don't do Snapchat.
There you go. Good
oh shit!
Number
What's
2.
the craziest thing you ever sent in a private text? Trying to cover for that shit.
No, I'm not trying to cover for nothing, but I don't do that.
No,
Y'all crazy, but yeah,
to be fucking snapping that kind of shit. Go ahead, Mike.
If you were in an open field with a baseball bat, how many 10-year-olds with bike helmets could you take down before they got to you?
Man, I'm taking them all out for real because with a baseball bat, I'm pretty nice with a baseball bat, so I'm taking everybody out. Real rap. I'm swinging for holy hell. I hate the fact that they're kids, but shit, if they trying to jump on me, they got to go.
They're the children of the corn, man. Take them all down.
Oh man, those movies used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. Like every time my mom or grandma would turn one of those movies on, I swear I would run out the room. But of course, me being a kid, that my grandma would always yell, or my mom would always yell, "Get your ass back in here and sit down," because it's the only TV you got in the house, and what you gonna do? Just sit in your room and look at the walls. But those Children of the Corn movies used to scare the shit out of me, just like Pet Sematary used to scare the shit out of me. It still fucks with me to this day. And Candyman.
Candyman's the scariest movie ever. I'm just saying.
The first 2 Candymans, I'm scarred. I'm still scarred from those movies.
Just the first one. All right. Weirdest date you've ever been on?
I can say I was in college, and it was so random. My roommates literally brought this random ass girl to our dorm room. It was we got you a date, and I'm just sitting there. I done got out of wrestling practice. I'm ready to take a shower and go to a frat party and get wasted. And there's this random girl in the room. I'm like, so what the fuck is going on here? And it's like, we got you a date. So you know what I did? I had $10 in my pocket, and of course I made it weird because where I went on this day? I went to McDonald's. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I went to McDonald's. So that in all was weird as fuck to me. But whatever.
So you took a random girl to McDonald's on $10. Nice.
That a boy. That's the way you get your money's worth right there.
I mean, I was a college student. That shit was weird, but and plus at that point in time in my life, wrestling was all I wanted to do, and go to frat parties and get wasted and stuff because I was a college kid. I was a freshman. So yeah.
It's a way of life.
Now you're all grown up and you got to fight Saturday night. James Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Brian Maxwell, BKFC 24, Montana. Give us your final. Oh, you already gave us a prediction. You're gonna now.
I can give it again.
And then
this guy's going to sleep. This guy's going to sleep. I love this. I love this new / old, my old version of myself of being, this confidence. I haven't had this confidence in a while, and like I said, man, I feel dangerous. I feel strong. I hope my opponent is watching because Saturday night, that's your ass, boy.
There you go. Thank you for coming on, brother. Take it easy and have yourself a great weekend. Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
Later.
All right. There he is. Brian Maxwell is going to try to get rid of that this weekend. He is ready. He is confident. And guys, we have a gentleman in the waiting room who is hot topic. He is on a 3-fight TKO win streak. He is the gentleman of violence himself, Tom Shoaf. What's up, brother?
How are you guys?
Tom Shoaf. Man. I'll tell you. You looked fantastic that last fight. You did exactly what you said you were going to do. You called it. Oh, it was like almost Mystic Mac-ish kind of. He says, you know what? I took out 2 fights ago. I took the guy out in the first. Last one, I took him out in the second. Fuck it. I'm going to take this guy out in the third. Went exactly the way you planned. Man, you must have been on cloud 9 getting out of there, right?
Yeah, it was nice to go out there and have a game plan, stick to it, and have it go exactly how you expected it. That's always a nice feeling.
Yeah, and did you see Bruce's post today? Did you happen to see what he posted?
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you know what his injuries were? He didn't really say what the injuries were in the post, but he said he got like titanium plates in his head or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. I know as much as you guys do.
Okay.
I have no other information outside of what you guys saw. All I can really say about that is my heart goes out to the guy. I know we sign up to get into a fight and we expect injury.
Yeah.
But you don't ever expect that. That's something else. So I wish him the best. I hope he recovers swiftly.
I just noticed that your name tag is 21st Century John L. Sullivan. So like while we're talking about this like real morbid fucking topic here, I'm smiling like an idiot because I wasn't smiling about
keep it light, right? We got to keep it light.
Keep it light.
Nah, man, you had a lot to do. You had a lot to say going into that fight. You had a lot to say after the fight. Let me ask you this: you are on this 3-fight win streak. You are undefeated in that weight class. Do you take the rankings to heart? Like when you saw those rankings come out, when they redid the rankings, we stamped it with the Stu Nod stamp of disapproval right there. I do not understand what they're fucking basing these rankings off of. If they're saying, and they said that it was based off of BKFC performance only, right? And it doesn't have anything to do with what they did in their prior organizations. So that would eliminate Chad Mendez out of that number 1 spot. And like for example, Matt Phillips, he has fought 2 unranked guys. The guys that you have beaten weren't ranked either, but you have beaten more of them. You've beaten
He
more
also
of,
didn't make weight.
right? And he missed weight, and you've beaten more of them in more impressive fashion. So when you see this, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like they've hired a group of people who don't really study the sport. You know, if you look at those rankings and you look at when they brought on this independent company to do the rankings, like that makes sense as to why it lines up. Like they looked at the last 2 or 3 cards and they were like, oh, okay, these guys are winning. Let's just throw them in the fucking division and say that they're ranked. I don't know, man. I don't take it personally. I don't take it to heart. Anybody who does the research and anybody who's actually a fan of the sport knows and understands that as far as the 155-pound division goes, I have the most finishes, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't dispute that. You can't negate or regard that in any way, shape, or form. I have 3 finishes, and you can't name anybody else in the 155-pound division besides the champ who has that.
So what is next for you? I have been hearing some rumblings. Obviously there's just like rumorville throughout the fucking interwebs, but have you been offered a fight in, let's say, the next 2 months somewhere, possibly not around here?
No,
Nothing.
No.
Okay. Mike,
I've been offered 0 fights since I've had 0 communication with the BKFC.
Okay.
Damn it.
Since the last fight. There are fights that are not very close to here that happen within the next 2 months that I would be very interested in.
All right.
All of that being said, it kind of diverts from my plan. So
right. Because there's not a number next to that person's name.
It has nothing to do with the number. I could give a fuck less about the number.
But in order to get a title fight now that there is rankings though, right? You need to beat one of those people that have one of those numbers in order to get to Luis Palomino.
I mean, according to who?
I mean, I don't know. Why would you're right? I would
like look at the rankings. Like just look at him. Like look at the guy who's ranked number 1. Like you've had one fight. What makes you significant in any way, shape, or form? You know, look at the guy who's number 2. I don't even know who's fucking number 2. Like, like it doesn't matter. You know, like who cares about the rankings? My only goal and my only interest is having gold around my waist, and I know that I will probably have to beat up somebody else to get there, and I frankly don't care who it is. I would much prefer to just go right to the title. I would much prefer to just take that fucking title right now and defend it a few times and see where life takes me. But if I have to prove myself yet again at 155 pounds, I will. Rankings or not.
So your ideal, I think the next fight would be Chad Mendes. That's what I would like to see. You fight Chad Mendes, title elimination match. Boom. And then Palomino. That would be, for me, as a fan of the sport, that's what I would like to see.
I would happily show Chad Mendes what it feels like to be in a real fist fight.
You know what? I wonder if BKFC would ever go the route of interim title. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I really truly do believe that
they already have an interim title.
Oh yeah, they did.
They have Kid Gotti.
Right. They did Kid Gotti. That's right. Okay, so with that said, if Luis Palomino goes up to challenge Elvin Brito, who's in the comments right now, shout out to Elvin Brito. He's busting your balls right now, Tom. He says, who's this unknown guy you're interviewing? He's not even ranked.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to figure it out. That's why we're having an interview.
He also said that you're the man. It says right there.
I love Elvin. Elvin is a great guy, and I love him to death. And I might have to come down to Puerto Rico and hang out with him sometime.
Absolutely. He's an awesome dude. So what I was saying is Palomino versus Brito probably is something that the BKFC wants to do. If they were to make that fight and it would be for the 165-pound title, that means Luis Palomino will be walking away from the 155-pound division for a minute. So maybe a you and Chad Mendes interim title, and then you lock that in, and now you just wait for Luis to come back to unify the title. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we could sit here and play matchmaker all the time. It's fun, but you know.
I mean that's all fine and dandy if they're like that's something that they're into or something that they want to do, but that doesn't interest me. I don't feel like an interim title is a title. You know,
it's a placeholder, right?
Yeah, I mean it's not even a fucking placeholder. It's just like hey, you're doing great, but we care about what this guy's doing more, so you're just gonna have to fucking hang on. And I get it from a business perspective. I understand it and I respect it, but I would much prefer them saying it's not an interim title. They're gonna fight, and the winner is guaranteed a title fight. And they're guaranteed it within X amount of months. Yes, he's going to move up because that's what he wants to do and he wants to make history, and that's fantastic. I applaud him, and nobody can take away what Luis Palomino has done in the sport. And if he wants to move up and try to take on another division, I respect the fuck out of that. And I'm not going to try to get in his way or take anything away from him in the process. But I would like some guarantees that, okay, you're going to do that, but you're going to come back and you're going to give me my opportunity in a certain amount of time because I've earned that as well. That's what I would prefer. I don't give a fuck about a fake title. No, give me the real one.
Understood. I feel you. I bet. You know, this whole journey from going from you fighting kind of out of your weight division and now winning 3 in a row in where you are comfortable and should be, obviously, because watching the fights, you can tell you're way more comfortable now. And now you got this stupid issue with the dumb rankings. But let's get out of the stupid ass Stunod rankings. We give them Stunod. Whoever's making these is a fucking Stunod, and they need to get one of these, you know?
Yeah.
But let's get away from that. I have to ask you a question that people have been messaging me asking, and I had asked Kai Stewart earlier about it. The Police Gazette. The Police Gazette was not there when you fought, and you did not receive a medal afterwards. How did that feel? Are you upset that the Police Gazette is not taking part in the BKFC now and is only going to be at BYB and BKB for the foreseeable future, or does it not matter to you?
That's a tough question. I have a bit of a personal relationship with Scott Burt and with Howie, and for them to not be involved is upsetting, especially considering. Well, let's backtrack just a step.
Sure.
We all know that until BKFC showed up, we didn't know that there was a bare knuckle Hall of Fame. I won't dispute that. I won't deny that. I can't disagree with that. But now that we know that Hall of Fame exists and that it has been keeping track of this sport for the last 140 years, to see that the company that brought recognition to the Hall of Fame is no longer doing business with the Hall of Fame, or vice versa, that the Hall of Fame is no longer doing business with the company that brought them recognition. That sucks. You know, it's unfortunate. But I can tell you from a fighter's perspective, the only difference it made for me was I've got one less medal on my wall. I love Scott Burt, and I would love to see him at the shows. But, as far as I'm concerned, he's still writing my name down. And, I still have a chance at making history regardless of whether or not they're there to present me with a medal.
So what I would like to, and we're going to have to get Scott on here to talk about this, because, well, maybe not. I don't know. In no other sport do you see the Hall of Fame of that sport at events handing out anything. You know what I mean? Like the guy who runs the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame does not go to the World Series and hand out anything at the whole. So to be honest with you, I do think it's kind of strange that he was going around to all the ones. The medals are awesome. And the Police Gazette belt is fucking beautiful, and I love it. I've held it super heavy. It looks great. But it is kind of weird to me that was going on. And now that they have kind of like broken up, do you know, is he just not even going to like recognize BKFC, or they're still going to recognize them as an organization in the Hall of Fame? They're just not going to do any business with them. Do you know the scoop on that?
What I can tell you, that everything that is about to come out of my mouth is pure speculation. Okay. I don't know anything. I haven't spoken with Scott personally. I don't know anything about their business proceedings in any way, shape, or form. But me knowing Scott, he's, for all of his perceived flaws, he's a good human being and he's good at what he does. And I think that his main goal through and through is to preserve the history of the sport. And with that said, I think he'll continue to support the BKFC in that sense. He'll still consider us part of the organization and, part of the sport, and keep track of everything. Outside of that, like I said, it's just speculation. I don't know, man. I have as much information as you guys.
Yeah. It's a weird situation. It's so weird because like you said, I respect Scott. We've met him a few times at different events and stuff. Super nice dude. We went to the Hall of Fame when we went to New York, when they went to New York the first time. And man, it was cool. I like the guy, I like the Hall of Fame. I love the belts and the medals.
He knows so
I know
much shit.
He does. He's passionate about it. So it is sad, as Susan Walker says. I that's what I think. I think it's sad. I hope that cooler heads prevail, and this is all in the past. Before we know it, it'll be in the past, and everything will be settled.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's hiccups in every relationship, man. Honestly and truly, there are. So I'm sure they'll figure it out, you know. And once they do, we'll be right back on track, like you said. Just it'll be something of the past.
All right. We got to also ask you about one other thing. Before the fight, you did an interview with the OG, and you said, Palomino is trash.
Good
Chad
John
Mendez
is trash.
Good John is trash.
Mendez is trash. I'm sure there were a couple other ones. Yeah, I threw a bunch of names out there. Yeah.
Can you what do you mean? But like there, you see giant, massive holes in all of their games, like because a lot of people when you're if you ask anybody on the you ask a lot of people who's the best bare knuckle fighter on the planet, a lot of people will say Luis Palomino, and you said that he was trash. So what exactly do you see that is trash in the champ?
I
really want to know.
That's a fun question. What do I see that's trash in the champ? Man. In this sport, because we have to be specific. In this sport, he's never been in a fight. He's never had anybody actually take a fight to him, actually stand in there and do things, that weren't to his liking. Depending on who he fights and what their tactics are, he's not the most impressive. I mean, he couldn't finish Brown, who was clearly injured going into that fight. Dat is a great example. Obviously, clearly underweight, couldn't finish him. Tyler Goodjohn couldn't finish him. I see clear and obvious holes in his game, not from a technical perspective, but from a tactical perspective. Nobody has ever brought the fight to Luis. Nobody has ever made him fight that fight. And if you go back to his MMA career, when that happens, he folds. He fucking breaks. And what I do is I bring the fight to people. I get right in front of you. I stand in front of you and I fucking break you. Look at the last 3 opponents that I fought. Look at Joe Elmore. Look at fucking Julian Lane. Look at Diego. Look at their faces after I was done with them. Regardless of win, lose, or draw. Look at the fucking damage I did to those people. That's what you get when you fight Tom. And he hasn't fought Tom yet. And that's what I see when I look at Luis. Yes, he is 6-0 and he is a dominant fucking champ. There is no disputing that. But he has never fought anybody like me.
I like that. I like that answer.
I like that answer. I do like it a lot, and I hope
I feel the heat.
I mean, the thing is that he is the champ, and there's like a lot of options for him. And Brito is obviously first option. So
I
that is a fight.
Like I said, nobody can take away what he's done. I'm not going to get in his way. I'm not going to stop him from making his continuous mark in history. Do that, dude. I wish you the best. But just know when you're ready to come back to 155, I'm taking everything from you.
However, I do think that if you continue along this path, speaking the way that you're speaking right now, every chance that you get, that it's going to be hard to argue against you fighting him. I already think it's hard with the fucking Stunad rankings out there screwing everything up. Somebody light those rankings on fire, please. But I really think that you have a good claim for the next title shot in that division right now. So keep speaking that way, and you should be right there.
So
I certainly hope so.
There you have it, folks. Tom Shoaf versus Chad Mendes for the #1 contender shot against Luis Palomino when he gets done doing whatever he's doing. I want to those 2 fights, man. Those 2 fights, I love those 2 fights, man.
Oh yeah.
You versus Chad or you versus Luis. Those are both fucking a BK fan's dream. Those are dream fights right there. They're gonna be they're gonna be talent showcased at the highest level, and they're gonna be bloody fucking wars. So I mean, we don't really know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if the one in you and Mendes would be as entertaining as you and Luis Palomino, because we really didn't really get to see all of Chad Mendes. He even shot
Chad doesn't want it. I'll be the first to tell you. I have studied that man enough to know that he is living very comfortably right now, and the last thing that he and his wife want is to him having more scars all over his face, and that's all I'm gonna do to Chad Mendes. That man is 5'5" at best. We'll just move on. We're gonna move on.
He's being a gentleman about it right now. The gentleman of violence himself. You know, a lot of people talk about your mustache, dude. That's a part of you forever now. It's fantastic. And we have another guy coming on tomorrow night that has a pretty decent mustache himself. And when I put out the 2 posters back to back for today and tomorrow,
look, we got this one.
Yeah, there's you, and then there's TJ out in Thailand.
I got TJ Chang. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a damn fine mustache.
It is a damn fine mustache. So actually, Andy Nguyen, who was the first guest tonight, messaged me and said, Tom and TJ look almost like the same guy. They're all tatted up with the fucking part in your hair.
Hey, man, great minds think alike. He must be one hell of a fighter.
Couple of goddamn gentlemen. I'm telling you.
Hey, check this out. Look at these guys, huh?
Look at that. That was a fun time.
That was a fun time. And I got, two best dressed guys in the building right there. I got
to be.
You want to know what? Our partner grabbed my ass that night.
I bet he did. I'm surprised it stopped at that.
I know.
Consider yourself blessed.
Oh man, it's hilarious. Art's coming on tomorrow night with us, and I said, hey, is 9:30 work for you on Thursday night? He wrote, hell yeah, I'll wear something slutty.
That sounds exactly like Art.
Yeah, I'll wear something slutty. So I sent him the picture of all of us standing backstage there. I was like, well, check this group out. And he was like, that's classy. And then he sends me a picture of his like Muay Thai short, him in his Muay Thai shorts. He goes, that's assy.
Yeah, that's Art.
Oh man, I can't
love him
in both forms. Yeah,
beautiful.
That fucking guy. Man. Good God, he's a character.
Have you known him a long time, or you guys just get to know each other through fighting, or?
No, we met. So I moved down to Oklahoma back in basically December of 19. I moved back down here to Oklahoma. And I went up to Oklahoma City to do some training for a bare knuckle fight roughly 3 or 4 months later. And Art was there, and he had heard about the whole bare knuckle thing. So we had brief conversation. And then we beat the shit out of each other. And then for like the next 7 or 8 months, I proceeded to come up every week, and me and Art would beat the fuck out of each other. We wouldn't talk much, but I mean, we would punch the shit out of each other's faces. And, he loved it and I loved it, and we pretty much just determined that we were best friends after that. You know, it's like I don't care who you are as a human being, you fight well, and I like it, so we're friends.
You guys both like Velociraptors and John Stamos.
Fucking A right, you better believe it.
Karate in the garage, baby. It's the mustache and the beard.
It turned out. Yes,
I got to, like, if you guys were professional wrestling, you would be a amazing tag team with the mustache and the beard and the one really fit guy and the big hairy dude. It's like a pro wrestler's fucking protocol.
Well, the scary part about it is the really big guy is probably more fit than I am. I'm not even gonna lie about that. He's in great shape.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk to him tomorrow night. It's great having you on here. We got a couple of the speed round questions for you here. We'll let you do these, and then we'll let you get going, man. You got a lot of things going on for you. Number one, if you were given the opportunity to have a half an hour TV show, your TV show, what would it be called? And what would be the premise of the show?
Oh, I'm gonna have to be completely egotistical and self-sufficient on it, or self-reliant on it, or self-fucking whatever. I'm thinking about me. All right.
I like it.
It would probably be something like Tom Talks. And it would just be me. Like, you guys remember that Family Guy episode where what's his name? Peter gets that TV show where it's like, what grinds my gears? And he just talks shit about things that piss him off. It would probably be something like that, you know, like, I saw this meme today, and let me tell you why I think that's fucking stupid. And yeah, just 30 minutes dedicated to me venting frustrations to the world.
We're going to give you.
We're here now.
Yeah, we were going to give you. We put the Tom Talks right there on the screen, and go ahead. Something that really fucking grinds your gears. Go ahead.
Something that really grinds my gears. People who don't work hard that support communism because they have no fucking clue what's going on.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. That. I love it.
They're short and sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week for another episode of Tom Talks.
Fucking it right. We're going to make it happen.
All right. Here we go. Number 2.
What is the worst job you've ever had?
Oh. I got like a whole laundry list of things that I have to
lay them out.
Well, are we talking like worse than what sense? You know,
Just
like psychologically, emotionally, physically. Like, what are we talking about here?
If you can have one that's all combined where you just fucking hate this job, why am I working here?
Oh, that's tough, dude.
Just shitty.
Oh,
Have you had a laundry list of shitty, like, real jobs?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so I worked at a lot of like I've worked at a lot of gas stations. I've worked at a lot of fast food places. I used to clean carpets. I used to build houses. I used to be a laborer. I used to be a carpenter. I used to work in a rock mine. Yeah, man. Yeah, I used to be like one of those people that like calls to ask you to donate money to the police department. Bro, I've had all kinds of crazy and weird jobs.
Marketing type shit.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've had all kinds of just wild and obnoxious, fucking terrible jobs to try to support my fighter lifestyle.
The telemarketer one's got to be the worst.
If I had to be completely honest, the only job that's ever made me go, why the fuck am I doing this, has been being a fighter. Like, that's the only
afterwards
one. Like when you wake up in the morning and you like one side of your face looks completely different from the other side of your face, and like that's usually when you're like, bro, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, why didn't I say in school? What's going on here? But no, man, to be honest with you, in hindsight, I've been blessed with a lot of just shitty enough jobs to make me want to fight people for a living. And that's the best way I can describe it.
That's a fantastic answer.
I've been blessed with a plenty of enough shitty jobs where I was like, you know what? I'd rather just go to war and maybe be killed.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like sometimes complete nihilism just makes the most sense if you want to find meaning in life.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a fucking great answer. Oh wow, outstanding!
To the best of us, Tom.
Two fucking great answers so far, Tom. You're killing it here. And
I'm trying, man.
We got the last one. What was the smartest lie you have ever told?
Wicked smart lie.
Wicked smart lie I ever told.
I tell my kids lies all the time. They fall for it because they're so dumb.
I'm going to have to go with none of them because I don't ever think I've gotten away with it.
Oh, no.
No good lies.
I think eventually, whether it's, 5 days or 5 weeks or 5 years down the road, eventually it catches up to me. So I don't think I have one. I always get caught, bro.
You want to hear a fucking great lie that I told, and I did this.
Yes.
So we were in a fucking mob site getting ready to deploy in 2008.
That would be mobilization.
Yeah,
for
sorry,
all those
we're
non-military
mobilizing
people.
to go overseas. So we're all at this mob site, and we're doing all the training, all the pre-mob training, and all the shit. And like rumors start going around about this person's fucking this person, this person's fucking this person. I'm like, I'm gonna start a rumor that Larry Griggs used to fight for Strike Force and held the welterweight title, and this is like 2008. Nobody had the ability to go look this shit up right now. So I started like sitting around having coffee with people, be like, you guys ever see Larry fight? This kid never fought, right? But he was tatted up. He was like tatted from his fucking ears to his toes. And I'm like, yeah, dude, look at him. Look how fucking crazy he is. And people would start like looking at him, and he was a kind of a weird dude, right? So after I spread this rumor, after I spread this rumor, I fucking told him, I was like, Larry, dude, listen, man, I've been telling everybody that you held the welterweight title for Strike Force back in the day. You just need to fucking run with it. Everybody believed that shit, dude. I don't even know if I ever told anybody I was lying about it. I swear to God, that was ta-da, motherfuckers. Larry Griggs never fought anybody.
14 years later.
Yeah, right there.
That's beautiful.
Sit on that and spin.
Yeah, well done.
Your rumor starting scumbags. Yeah.
I've never done anything that epic. Never once.
Well, you know what? When you're mobilizing and you're getting ready to go overseas, and you really don't know, you don't know day to day what the fuck's going to be going on. I mean, you just start acting silly and doing stupid shit. So it's awesome.
I can absolutely imagine that. I've never been overseas, but I worked in a rock mine once, and things get weird after midnight. You know, you dark and underground, and I mean, it's just things get strange. I can understand what it'd be like to be in like the middle of fucking desert and having people shoot at you, and things get weird. Yeah.
Look, excuse me, but in North Korea, you get put in a fucking rock mine for labor camp. So like you work there on your own. You're like, I'm just gonna do this for work.
I signed up for the job, bro. Yeah. Nobody forced me to go.
Yeah. That's awesome work.
You're like, I hate this fucking fast food joint. What do they do in North Korea? I'm gonna do that. I want to do that shit.
They eat rocks.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, hey, man, I can't believe you've never been overseas before. I feel like you have an opportunity possibly coming very soon for you. I hope that the BKFC really understands that the outside entity that are making these rankings are kind of stupid, and they don't take those they don't take those rankings to heart, and they really just use their minds and see what the product they have in front of them and start making these matches correctly. We hope you get Mendez. We hope you get Palomino. Thanks for coming on here, man. Fantastic fight in Fort Lauderdale. What's next for you? What's the next month look like for Tom Shoaf?
Oh goodness. I don't know. I'm probably gonna wait until what's today? Wednesday. So I'll probably wait till tomorrow, because that'll be a week from the fight, and I'll start working out again, and then let my face heal up and let my hand heal up. It's kind of swollen and funky over here, but all in all, I'm okay. Basically, the next month is just going to be healing up and waiting for the phone call and figuring out when I come back. I don't have any plans outside of that. As we talked about earlier, you know, I want the belt, and that's what I want the most. But I understand that I have to go through potentially another body to do that. And I think we all know that Mendez makes the most sense at this point, considering the fucking stupid rankings. So that's it. I sit back, I heal up, and I wait for the phone call to say, hey, you're fighting this guy on this day, and you better be fucking prepared.
Awesome, man.
That's it.
Well, we can't wait to see you back in there again. Thank you very much to the 21st century John L. Sullivan, a gentleman of violence himself. Tom Shoaf, you are welcome back here anytime.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
For having me.
Cheers.
I really appreciate you.
All right, everybody go follow his social media.
That's right.
Yeah, do that. Go there and follow me and hang out and watch me do not much on the interwebs.
There you go. Take it easy, brother.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for having me.
See you later. Take care.
All right, that's him. That's Tom Shoaf.
Keep calling out the champ. Keep calling out the champ. That's what I
Dude,
think.
he's a fucking cool dude. Like
Yeah,
we
that was
we ran,
neato.
we ran into him out in like we've ran into him in Birmingham, we've ran into him in Florida. But we ran into him up in Wichita this past one.
Yes, we did.
And like him and Art were just having the best time ever. They were dressed to the fucking nines. Like you saw, I told Art, I was like, man, you got them slick jeans and them suspenders with that trucker hat on. They're just fucking killing it. Hey, who's the heavyweight in that picture there? Jesus Christ. Put the sandwich down, Kyle, for Christ's sake. Jesus.
Cool it on the fucking burgers.
Yeah, cool it on the fucking sandwiches, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Hey, how's your drink and how you feeling? Susan
Okay, I'm going to
Walker,
tell you what. I mean, it's good because I'm still drinking it. So even though it's the base of it's wine, there's like a flavor to it that's pretty good, and it is decently strong. Let's see. It is 16.9 ounces. So it's not bad for 11.9. This was good. I'm going to buy one for the show tomorrow. I'll get a different flavor, and I'm going to put these sons of bitches on holds because this thing was good for a nice long show. I just sipped on it. It's like a tiny bit. Very good. They're $3.99 a piece. Very good, I thought. So I like the blue raspberry is good, but I feel like I want something with just a tiny bit less sweetness to it. It is a little sweeter than I would like, but it is still good.
In it.
It's still good.
Should have put a little vodka in it.
It's wine.
Hey, Mike. Tomorrow night, guys, we're back on Thursday night.
We're back. We're gonna Thursday nights until we can get this shit straightened out because there's a lot of work to be done.
There's a lot of work to be done, and also your boys are going to Orlando next week. We're gonna go cover another event down BKFC 25.
Yeah.
25. Look at who we got going on tomorrow night, guys. We got two champions in the house.
Yes, we do.
We got two champions in the house. And you know what? We got two champions and two fantastic facial hair motherfuckers right there.
Yep. Two up-and-comers.
Up-and-comers. Yep. Two up-and-comers. Two world champions. We got Arnold Adams, the heavyweight champion, plus Lorenzo Hunt, the light heavyweight champion, who will be defending his title this weekend. And then we got Art Parker, the heavyweight beauty himself, all class, mostly ass. And TJ Chang, another fucking gentleman of violence himself, rocking a beautiful stash. So
look at that guy. Oh, man.
9 p.m. tomorrow night. Come back, listen to us talk to these guys. And then, unfortunately, we got no shows next week. I know that just fucking ruined everybody.
It might be unfortunate, but Kyle and I have been changing our schedules because we are going to be attending more BKFC events live and putting out more live interviews before, during, and after the fights. So stay tuned. We might not have as many live shows, but we will have more shows. We'll have more interviews at the shows. So, which is awesome. So it's been a little wild ride here.
Yep. So with that said, we will see you guys 9 o'clock tomorrow night, everybody. Peace.